We conducted interviews at the NC State New Graduate Student Orientation in order to provide you with more information about the benefits of CoAT. These are CoAT students and alumni ready to share advice with you, information about benefits, and their take on the CoAT program and what they got out of it.
This is an opportunity that I don't think I even fully understood how it was really going to mold my graduate career, but I can't think of my PhD being what it has been without CoAT and P&L.
Where else do you get the opportunity to really get to dive into the heart of matters, the heart of a subject, by participating in discussions with such a unique, diverse, and widely varying group of individuals, both in background and their paradigms of the world. So it's a really great, unique experience.
So a lot of the courses that I've taken in my department are very, they offer pedagogical classes, but they're more theoretically driven and very discipline specific. But some of the benefits that I've gotten from CoAT is that the FIT workshops offer more very directly applicable skills that are more about the art of teaching and the science of learning. So it's more practical skills, and those skills coupled with the theory that I've gathered from my pedagogical courses I feel like it better prepares me as an instructor in higher education.
Since I started the program 5 years ago, it's been my #1 goal to not only provide professional development opportunities for graduate students, but also to recognize you for all of your hard work and your dedication to teaching. I think it's something missing from some of our universities, and I think the fact that you're here and you're focused on teaching and you want to improve the process of teaching and learning speaks highly of you and your dedication to the process. So part of my goal is to give you a chance to be recognized.
I think the CoAT program had a lot of benefits for me personally. I was not in a department that really encouraged teaching or thought that was a good idea for a career choice. So whenever I started here in my department, I said I wanted to do academia long term, and they were all said, "Oh, that's interesting. No, you should go into industry." Well, so I got in touch with Barbie and I got involved with CoAT, and CoAT provided this really awesome network of people who were also really passionate about education. And so I could go to this group and I could talk to them about things that I wanted to do, classes that I wanted to have, labs that I wanted to run, or how I even wanted to teach. And it provided this really great support network for me that I could really use that outlet for that passion in education.
Every April, we hold the Teaching Awards ceremony, and during this ceremony, we recognize those of you who have finished the CoAT program during the past year. And during the ceremony, you receive formal recognition for your teaching. I usually bring in the provost or the chancellor, and they recognize you for your teaching. You get your picture taken. We award your certificate, of course, but then more importantly, you're surrounded by your family and your friends, maybe your mentor here at NC State, and they have a chance to see all of the hard work you've done and all of your accomplishments in teaching excellence. So that's part of the reason that I wanted to create the CoAT program. I want you to remember that you're very important to NC State, and I know that as graduate students sometimes it's easy to forget that. But you are teaching some of the most important and difficult courses at the university, and sometimes you can make a huge difference in the lives of your students.
A teaching concept that CoAT has helped me understand is definitely one of active learning, and also organizing a structure to your lesson. So writing learning outcomes and developing a lesson plan that is more conducive to a collaborative, active learning environment than just a straight lecture and a kind of a sender and receiver type of education philosophy.
It provides a unique opportunity to really blend cutting-edge teaching methods along with time-tested methods. And it really gives you the opportunity, it puts the limiting factor at the individual level, really gives you that rare opportunity to meet your potential.
Every day, every time you step into the classroom, I want you to remember that you have a chance to influence students. You have a chance to maybe shape their majors or figure out their academic careers that will then lead to their jobs. And it's because of you that some of these students succeed. So I want you to remember that when you're grading papers at midnight or you're preparing lesson plans during your lunch hour, don't forget how important you are to NC State. I'm here to help you. I'm a resource for you in teaching or in any other area that I can assist with. And I want you to know that I'm here for you as long as you continue to teach at NC State or you're working towards your degree.
CoAT really helped me to learn to adapt to any learning environment, any class situation. Creativity is not really my strong point, so by giving me a lot of resources and tools, CoAT allows me to teach outside of my comfort zone based on the confidence of all those different techniques and methods that you've learned in the course.
One thing the CoAT program helped me to learn, obviously I learned a bunch in CoAT. I would say the importance of a teaching portfolio. This is something that now as I'm finishing, I'm graduating this fall, I'm looking for jobs, I'm looking for teaching jobs at small liberal arts schools or big schools, anywhere that will take me really. And now whenever I apply for jobs, I can send an email to the department chair, I can link them to my online teaching portfolio, which has my teaching philosophy that Dr. Honeycutt helped me revise and make into this great manifesto. I have links to observations from my CoAT peers, observations from Dr. Honeycutt, feedback from my students, teaching artifacts, all this great stuff that is evidence of me in the classroom. And so they can click through that and see what a good teacher I hopefully am after this program.
Remember, this is your program, and I want you to find ways that make it work for you. I hope you're able to integrate pieces of the program into things you're already doing here at NC State as a graduate student. I certainly don't want the program to be a burden. I want everyone to succeed.
This provided a network really for me to meet potentially people I'm be working with one day. It's funny, after our first couple of CoAT workshops, I've just kept running into the same folks over and over in different workshops or different seminars or different PFL events, and even at orientation whenever we're welcoming in new graduate students. So I would say talk to the people who are around you in your CoAT cohort, because you might see them in PTP next year. You might see them whenever you get a job at a small college somewhere, or you stay here at NC State and work here. But it's really great to kind of put those feelers out and form that network before you're graduated and before you're tenured somewhere. So now you can go back and pull from that and collaborate across campus, collaborate across discipline, and push education.
I encourage my fellow aspiring educators to keep your CoAT material close at hand throughout your career. You really develop a lot of tools, you're given a lot of tools, and the way you use those can change from class to class, year to year, subject to subject. So we just really recommend going back through your material every once in a while, whether it's throughout your career here as a student or through your career as an educator. You'll never know what you may rediscover.
Advice to a first-year CoAT student would be, when you go to a workshop, immediately start thinking about how can I use this, and maybe even before you go, take a few notes of this is what I hope to gather from this workshop, and then see if that workshop fulfills your expectations, and then that would provide, number one, great reflection afterwards, and number two, would help you start to formulate a teaching tool that you can then include in your teaching portfolio.
If you have a question, please come to me. Let me know what I can do to help you. And I hope this orientation was helpful. I hope we've answered many of your questions, but if we haven't and there's still something you need to know, I encourage you to participate in the online chat sessions, which are scheduled later this week. And you might also check out the frequently asked questions document, which is in the CoAT Moodle orientation website. And finally, if you just didn't get the answer to your question or you're still confused, email me, let me know what I can do, and I'll certainly be more than happy to meet with you when it's convenient for both of us. Again, welcome to the program. I look forward to seeing you at your first workshop if I haven't already met you, and I look forward to working with you.